Alright guys, so this is probably a more highly anticipated challenge to do for the Dark Ops Zombie challenge, and I'd say it's going to be probably the hardest one to do. You need to reach round 100, whether that's in solos or quads, and as soon as you hit round 100 you are going to get the another round title, which is quite a nice looking calling card. Definitely looks unique and different, and definitely something that you can flex that you've actually hit round 100, which is not that easy to do. In this video I'm pretty much going to go over everything on how I got to round 100. There's going to be quite a lot of tips in this video. I mean, even if you're not trying to hit round 100, all of the stuff that I'm going to mention in this video is going to benefit you just to last longer in a zombies game. I'll start off talking about like every 10 rounds, you know, round 30, 40, 50, all the way up to 100, on what I was doing and how difficult the game actually gets. Because as you know, when you kind of hit round 50 to 60, the zombies are going to be running extremely fast and they are going to hit you pretty hard. As always, if you guys are new here, make sure you like the video and you subscribe to me. I'm bringing out regular Cold War and Warzone content for you guys. And I also want you to leave a comment on what your highest round is so far. Are you going to try and get to 100 after these tips, or, you know, are you getting stuck on a certain level? I'd like to know. The first thing I'm going to mention to you is you have the choice between doing this in solo or duos and quads. I did this preferably on solos. The reason I'm doing it on solo is because my duo partner would die and it's really hard to kind of get back into the flow with it. You know, he'd lose all of his perks, his guns, and then it'd just be me killing all the zombies. So I just thought it's just better to do it in solo. You're going to kill less zombies and it's just going to be easier. So obviously one of the most important things to getting up to round 100, you want to have all of your skills. I'm talking about whatever field upgrade you want maxed out completely. For this, I used A for Shroud. I'm going to go over a little bit more on the tactic that I have. I've got like a free escape route that I can do. If I get trapped, I use the Shroud, I use something else, and I go along like that. I know a lot of other people start using Ring of Fire. They're going to sit in a corner, you know, use this and then keep shooting people. Personally, for me, I went with the Shroud. It's a much safer bet. I mean, if you're getting trapped by the elites, or, you know, if you get trapped in a corner by zombies, instead of going down, you can use this and that's going to be your escape. Make sure you completely max this out, because you can obviously instantly walk past enemies, which is gonna get you untrapped if you get stuck between them. You also want to make sure that you've got every single skill perk absolutely maxed out. You're going to be buying all of these anyway, and they're going to help a lot, especially the Juggernaut one where you're going to get an increase on maximum health. You definitely need that. And the exact same thing with the ammo mods. I went with the Brain Rot tier just because I like changing a zombie into one, and because they were so fast at the higher level, you're basically conserving ammo. It's going to keep killing the other zombies really fast, and, you know, you're not going to waste as many bullets. The thing is the ray gun is going to be the only weapon that's going to be doing really high damage, you know, all the way from 50 to 100. So having a secondary like a Spaz 12 or a shotgun where you can just essentially use it just purely for this ammo mod is going to help a lot. After I put A for Shroud on, you preferably want to be using a weapon where you've leveled it pretty high and you've got the KGB eliminator, or, you know, the muzzle that gives you more equipment drop rate. You know, you want that because that's going to be dropping grenades, monkey bombs, and lethals. And just so you know, all of the lethals and monkey bombs and stuff like that, they will never stop doing damage. They do damage all the way up to 90 to 100. You're going to be killing zombies with Semtexes, so you want the equipment drop rate to be high on here. And that goes with the body as well. You want to be putting on a spotlight, which is going to increase the salvage drop rate. I know what you're thinking. You're going, oh, well, you can only buy some trashy stuns with the salvage. No, you can buy monkey bombs for 1,000, and that's going to completely clear a whole wave of zombies if you're going low on ammo. Once you actually go into zombies, all the way from round 1 to 24, you want this to be your farming round. Just have it in your mindset that the goal here is to get every single perk and the ray gun at least. The ray gun is going to be one of the most important things to find in the game. It's going to one-shot zombies all the way up to, I think it's round 50, and then they take 2 ray gun hits instead of 1. Still extremely powerful, because even if you have a normal weapon like the AK-47 and you pack a punch it to 3, I mean, yeah, it's going to be doing damage all the way up to 50, and then you're going to notice that it is a lot harder to kill zombies. So the ray gun's going to be the end goal and all of the perks. So from round 1 to 24, knife the zombies, just collect all of that money as much as you can and start buying your most important perks first. Go with Juggernaut and Stamina up. Then you can pack a punch, you know, this weapon just for now until you actually come across the ray gun. Obviously, with the salvage that you're getting, that you want to buy stuff like your armor. You want to max this out to 3. This is going to be extremely helpful when you're getting bombarded by zombies. And obviously with the attachment that increases your equipment drop rate, if you kill a zombie, sometimes they have a chance to drop these armor plates on the floor, and they even have chances to drop like an actual armor set on the floor, which you can pick up, and it will just get all of your armor to the top. From round 25 to 50, you can sit in a tight corner and just get the rounds going, especially in solos like I did here. It's quite of a risky spot. I know a lot of people like sitting on top of the roof and sitting up there. I was just going down here because I've already opened the part to it. So yeah, I was just sitting in this tunnel, a little bit risky, and I was just letting the waves come through one by one, and the zombies just couldn't push through to me. And if they did, I'd pop A for Shroud, and I could just go to the workshop here, buy like a chopper gunner and anything else that I needed. And this is going to be something else that's really important to tell you, is that I had 3 escapes within this game. If I ever got in trouble, the first one's going to be the A for Shroud. That's going to make you invisible for 8 seconds and give you quite enough time to like reposition yourself or maybe just reload your weapons. The second escape's going to be the chopper gunner. Now when you actually activate it, you're going to be completely immune. You can't kill yourself with the chopper gunner. You know, you're practically going to go invisible, and I'd use this against elites because this is a big issue. Normally the zombies coming after you one by one isn't too bad, but the elites are going to really fuck up your day. Don't be afraid to use the bows, the war machine, or the chopper gunner to completely wipe these out. That is the highest priority. When the elite comes out and plays that audio cue, you need to be on destroying him as fast as possible, because when you start getting to round 50 to 60, 70, these are going to be your biggest issue. You're going to need to wipe them out as quickly as possible. The chopper gunner is going to do that. You should just have enough time if you can find the elite quick enough to kill him with the chopper gunner. He's going to split, and you've just got a bit of time to finish him off or get him down to really low HP. You also start with a self-revive in solo anyway, but make sure if you ever do go down that you're rebuying this, because this is going to save your life. I even got to a really high point of the game. I think it was around 70 or 80, and I went down, lost my perks, but had the self-revive ready to get back into it again. And if you do go down at this point in a really high round, try not to bother about your perks as of now. You want to try and get the wave done and leave a few crawlers behind, and then you can go to the top of the roof, go to that machine, and just buy all of your perks back there instead of running about. Don't try and buy your perks after you've been down. It's really risky, and you do slow down when you're drinking it. You got to watch out for that. So that is the 3 escapes that you're going to have within the game that is going to ensure a higher chance of you getting to round 100. The Shroud, the chopper gunner, and then the last result is going to be the self-revive if you go down. And you can always run back to the shop and buy the chopper gunner or self-revive again if you need to. Just don't do this mid-round because it's dangerous. So I was sitting in this corner for probably up to, I think it was round 60, and then I accidentally ended up buying a wall, so I had to move out. So from here, what I was doing is I was just simply running around this whole map. I would start on the plane wing, and I'd let all the zombies start climbing up. I'd jump down, run all the way around, go through the tunnel, and then rack them all the zombies up, and then they'd come out of this hole, and I'd just start blasting them with the ray gun, clearing the waves. And then when they start obviously climbing up the wing, I'd just jump off, go around, and keep repeating this. When you do this though, you got to be careful, because the zombies do actually spawn here, that you can see it. They start crawling out through the tunnels, and you've got to be really careful. As long as you kill these few here, you're completely fine. Of course, like I said, you've got the Shroud if things do go a little bit pear-shaped, but you don't want to be wasting it just in case. Oh, and I wanted to note as well is after using your Shroud, if you use stuff like a chopper gunner, that's actually going to help you build up the bar to use your Shroud again. So it's also good to use your chopper gunner after Shroud, not before. Of course, when you kind of hit every 10 rounds, the dogs are going to come, and when you start hitting round 50 to 60, they're a godsend. The dogs become really weak, they don't get more powerful, you can just one-shot them. And then after the end, I think you have to kill like 12 in solo, and then a max ammo drops at the end. So just bear that in mind when you're coming up to like round 59. You know, 60 is going to be the dogs. But I think when I got up to like 78 or 88, the dogs were coming on there instead of, you know, 90. As the rounds go on, you're going to need to buy some armor. This is going to be really important. I think the zombies hit you for 70 or 80 when you get past to round 60. So armor is going to reduce that and sponge a bit of damage. The next pain is going to be the fog. This is going to randomly happen, and it's going to pretty much blur your whole screen. You're going to be covered with fog like it's Silent Hill, or someone's just hit a massive vape, and you're not going to see absolutely anything. It's definitely more dangerous when you've got elites coming after you and you're trying to rotate through that tunnel. It's going to be pretty risky for you, but just make sure you're using a chopper gunner and clearing the area as quickly as you can. The other thing I want to tell you guys is before you even start this, you're going to need to manage your time, okay? It took me 6 hours on solo to get to round 100. I had to kill 10,000 zombies, so bear that in mind. When you kill about 10,000 zombies, you're going to be at round 100, so you can kind of keep track like that. So make sure your internet's fine and you ain't got anything to do, because the worst thing's going to be is that you've got to go do something. But if you're doing it in solo, you can pause the game. Say you need a shit, or you need a piss, or you need to eat some food, or I don't know, anything. You can pause the game and then come back to it, and that is a really good thing about playing it in solo. And that was pretty much what got me to 100. I was just rotating around the whole map, racking up the zombies, killing them, making sure I'm conserving my ammo, and just keep repeating this. You've got the ammo boxes all scattered around the map, and it costs 10,000 to restock the ray gun at max pack-a-punch. So make sure you're not wasting all of your money, because even at round 90 all the way to 100. I was kind of running low on money. I was getting a little bit worried. Obviously, I'm using stuff like monkey bombs, clear out a load of pile of zombies if I was kind of getting a little bit low. Primarily, I'd have the ray gun, I'd clear out the big massive waves with them, and then I'd reload it, switch to the Spaz 12, and then with that, I'm trying to trigger the ammo mod, the poison ammo mod, so obviously it turns one of the zombies into one. Then I'd switch back to my ray gun and keep going like that. It's definitely going to help you save a bit more money and get the rounds done a little bit quicker. But guys, that was pretty much everything. That is all of my tips that I'm going to give you on how you can get to 100 in zombies. If you've got any comments about this, put it in the video. I'll try and get back to you. Or if you want to know something, I'll reply to you. But I really hope you guys actually hit 100. You're going to get a nice little title that you can brag to all your friends about. And if you've liked the guide and you want to see even more of these challenges, let me know. But guys, that was it, and I'll see you later.